Hello all and welcome to Astro Wheel of Fortune. My name is Vlada and I read tarot. Today I'm doing a reading on what type of person tends to find you attractive. Now, of course, this is largely narrowing things down. I just thought this would be like a fun reading to do. What type of person, what type of personality is most attracted to you? Obviously, there's going to be different type of personalities that are attracted to you. So take this as a little fun reading. Please don't take this reading as too serious. Again, my intention is for it to be very fun. So for this reading, I have 5 piles. If you're attracted to more than one pile, that's totally okay as well, because you could be maybe attracted to multiples because there's multiple types of people that are attracted to you. The oracle cards are already shuffled and I'm going to be live shuffling the tarot. We're going to look at the type of person that likes you, and then we're also going to try and find out the why. What is it about you that's so appealing to them as well? So with that, let's get started. You can pause the video if you need to think a little bit further, but I'm going to get started with pile number 1. So pile number 1, let's see what type of person tends to find you attractive. We've got 11th house, Pisces. So Pisces people could find you attractive, or somebody with a lot of Pisces might find you very attractive. We've got Goddess. We've also got Brown Bear Spirit. And we've also got the Vulture Spirit. So first of all, I do feel like the type of person that tends to find you attractive is very multifaceted. You know, you catch attention of the type of person who has a lot of different interests and has a lot of different ways of being, maybe because you're so varied, maybe because you present a lot of variety, or maybe you present yourself as very multifaceted. These type of people tend to gravitate towards you as well. I'm also getting an old soul. So I feel like old souls tend to be attracted to you. People that are very in touch with their spiritual being, people who are very connected to their higher self are attracted to you. And a lot of the time I feel like the type of person that's attracted to you tends to want to make you their friend before they make you like a romantic partner. There's something about the type of person that finds you attractive will never kind of like swoop in and try to like take you. I'm saying like a lot, by the way. I wonder why. Maybe I don't know, maybe someone likes you right now who says like a lot, but I know I say it like quite often anyway, but I feel like I'm saying it even more so for this reading for some reason. I'm going to try and remove that a little bit. Let me pull a tarot card as well, because a tarot card or two. Let's see what comes out. So I'm getting old soul. Somebody who's probably very connected to spirituality or their higher self. Could be very religious or connected to their spiritual practice. Life path 9 is coming through. We've got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I feel this is something that I am feeling. Someone who's on the slower side in terms of the way they operate through life. This is not someone who, you know, the type of person that finds you attractive is the type of person who likes to go slow, who doesn't like to rush things, who doesn't like to rush into relationships. And that's why I feel like maybe the 11th house is coming through here. It's like the type of people that tend to find you attractive because you almost seem to promise with your... Now, this doesn't have to be necessarily true about you, but something about you promises a slow development. And the type of person that's attracted to you, this is very enticing too, because I feel like the type of person that's attracted to you needs a slow progression. They don't like going too quick. They don't like things taking over. They don't like whirlwind romances. They like to feel like the flow is taking them in the kind of slower way. So I feel like a lot of people that tend to, maybe people like this feel safe around you. There's something about like a safety around you, feeling safe, feeling understood by you. I think people like you because you're wise, and specifically the type of person that's attracted to you is also someone very wise. And I think it's kind of like wise people know each other on an energetic level. You know, people who are connected to their higher self tend to know other people that are connected to their higher self. I think a lot of people that end up kind of liking you or gravitating towards you, you tend to find through community spaces. So it could be through work or school or college. I feel like you rarely meet people that are into you or end up being into you through like a chance, you know, like you bump into them on the street or something like that. It tends to be somewhere where people can get to know you a little bit better. I feel like the type of person that you attract is the type of person who likes to know someone very well, or at least have a good grasp on who they're talking to before they commit to a relationship. Let's pull a love card as well to see. So we've got telephone, which is interesting. Communication, important conversations, and speaking the truth. I think the type of people that you attract are the type of people that want to have a lot of conversations. People who want a very engaging type of conversation as well. People who want to be engaged. I definitely feel like you attract very spiritual people for some reason. You might even attract spiritual people as friends, you know, that's coming through, even though I was kind of focusing more on the romantic side, but this is coming through on a level that is friendship wise as well. I feel like you attract people who are quite spiritual, who like to explore their spirituality, who like to connect to wisdom, who like to connect to a slower part of life. I don't think that you even sometimes realize some of these people have an attraction towards you, because these people are very subtle. The subtlety is really, really highlighted to me here. Very subtle people tend to like you, and a lot of the time you might even think that they're just your friend, but in reality turns out that they are having an active attraction towards you. They're just not showing it. Because they're careful, wise, old soul. I feel is like the type of person that is attracted to you, feels compelled to be in your presence. Let's pull some more tarot cards. Yeah, wow, very spiritual with the Judgment card here. And we've also got the Queen of Pentacles. I think the type of people that you attract are the type of people who maybe even reject materialism a little bit. People that are not interested in material wealth. People that reject the idea of possibly like anti-capitalist or something like that. Because there's a real focus on the spiritual and the conversation and the elevation of spirit, rather than talking about money, talking about career. Like, I feel like you attract people who like to philosophers. It's almost like you attract real philosophizing type of personalities, people who like to talk a lot, for sure. When it comes to this telephone card, they're real speakers, but I don't think they're kind of those type of speakers that are like super charming and zany and, like finger guns. They're more so speakers who like to speak because they like to think, and they think out loud, but they only think out loud with specific people. And I think you're one of those people. Endings of cycles keep coming through, like endings, that keeps coming through. So maybe you attract people, a lot of people that end up being attracted to you are usually attracted to you because they're just about to go through like a spiritual awakening, or they're at an end of a very important cycle. And the reason they're attracted to you is because you almost have this promise with your essence, with your energy. You almost give them this promise of like, I'm going to help you through this transition. There's something about you that is, I'm kind of thinking you're that, isn't it Hecate? She is the goddess that is like between life and death. It's kind of like that, I'm not necessarily saying that you should identify as like feminine energy or anything like that. It's just I'm thinking of the goddess, and I'm thinking you're almost like a transition. You promise a smooth transition. You're not somebody who judges someone for ending a certain situation and wanting something else for themselves. And I think that's why a lot of people like that are attracted to you. You attract the type of person who's very sick of the old, is very sick of an old cycle that they've been going through, and they just want something new. And you feel like it's almost like, yes, you are refreshing, but you're not refreshing in that kind of like Aries type of way, or like that fresh, zany kind of way. You're refreshing because you also understand the importance of the old. You understand the importance of the past. You understand the importance of the present. You just come off as very wise to a lot of people, I think. And so these other wisdomous people who are quite connected to their higher selves, who are a little bit on the slower side in terms of their energy, you know, they're not very high energy. I feel like you attract people who are in a little bit lower energy. You just promise almost like this care and understanding. Like, yes, I'll guide you. I'll guide you through your transition and your transformation. I feel like you tend to attract people, especially when it comes to romantic relationships, that can feel themselves transforming into a new version of themselves. You might catch a lot of people on the, and I don't mean just romantic partners, because I'm really feeling friends here as well with the 11th house. You tend to catch people at their at big transitions in their life. You know, maybe they just went through a divorce. Maybe they just went through, leaving a certain friend behind. Maybe they are going through family issues and they have to cut off family members. You know, it doesn't always have to be that kind of like more on the negative side. It could be someone who just decided to switch careers completely. And it's like, yes, they're optimistic about what the future has to bring. But you give them a new perspective. You honor the old, but you're also... I think you give a lot of these people hope just with your energy. It's not even about it's not about becoming super sick, it's not about you reassuring them that they're right or something like that, or that, oh yeah, what you're doing is completely right. It's more so about they watch you do your thing, and you doing your thing inspires some sort of hope. But I think you tend to really attract people who are going through a transformation. Old souls. People who want to get to know you almost as a friend first, maybe sometimes. Even if they're attracted to you, I think a lot of these people are they like to play it safe with their relationships, or they're wanting to know you as a friend as well as a romantic connection. I feel like a lot of people want to be friends with you, pile number 1. Maybe you're seen as a really good friend, but you attract people who need to talk, who need to speak about their past. I wonder if some of you, even in this pile, you've almost like inspired someone to speak about their past a bit more, to open up about their past that maybe they're either ashamed of or they feel hurt talking about. You're a healer. Like, there's a real healing energy with you. I kind of feel like people just open up to you, pile 1. And I feel you tend to attract people that maybe have been needing to open up to someone, and they find that in you. But why do I feel like you set off like a spiritual awakening in people, or people find you when they're just starting a spiritual awakening? For some reason, that is coming through so intensely. And I don't think just romantic wise or romance wise. I think it's also on a friendship level. You tend to catch people right before they almost come out of a cocoon as a butterfly, really interesting. But I definitely feel like whether you're high energy or low energy, you seem to attract more low energy people that move through life a little bit slower. Not necessarily that it's a bad thing as well. Like, there's no good or bad, fast or slow, it doesn't matter. But yeah, and I think I wouldn't even be surprised that a lot of your friends or people in your circle or in your community kind of spaces, if you hang out with people, let's say in a class, in school, and in a workplace, and there's like a whole cohort of people that you're constantly seeing, I think you would, I don't know if some of you maybe are not that surprised, but I think some of you would be surprised to know that a lot of them are attracted to you as well. You inspire through community engagement. I think a lot of these people also like that you're so caring about your community, or if it's a class, maybe you're really caring about your classmates, or if it's a workplace, you're really caring about your coworkers. But it's like if you know each other through work, they definitely don't want to talk to you about work. They want to talk to you about like philosophy. They want to know your take on life in general. A lot of people see you as a mentor even when they're attracted to you. Like there's almost like a mentorship vibe to you. I would be careful with protecting your energy, pile number one, because I feel a lot of people almost tend to expect you to fix their problems. That's one thing that I will say. It just seems like, or a lot of people seem to almost expect that unloading their traumas or problems onto you or venting to you is something almost that you have to take on. So maybe just be careful about how people view you in that regard, you know, where you have boundaries, that not everyone is always venting to you and unloading their bottled up emotions that they've been, you know, like don't do free therapy, pile one. That's basically what I'm getting, because I feel like some people almost treat you as a free therapist, and I just be careful about that. That's just one thing that did come through there. But I think that's the type of person that finds you attractive. A lot of people like your integrity for sure. There's something about you. It's like you're really compassionate and caring and healing, but you stand up for what you believe in. And you seem to show a lot of strength as a person. But people see you almost like as a mentor, even when they're attracted to you, which is interesting. But that's the reading that I got for you, pile number one. If you liked it, do like, subscribe, and comment with your feedback. I'd love to hear your feedback. And I'm going to move on. So I'm going to move on to pile number two. What is the type of person that you seem to attract? Pile number two. Let's have a look. We've got solar eclipse, revolution. We've got monk or nun. And we've also got hummingbird spirit, be here now. It's funny because pile one was quite a bit of a lower energy, and pile two is like high energy. So it's funny. The contrast is so funny. You know, you attract very high energy people. I think you attract people that are fun, that like to be around exciting things. So maybe you're quite exciting, or the atmosphere that you almost seem to promise is the type of atmosphere that seems to be fun. I think people think that you're a little bit of a social butterfly. And so people that are seeking fun always want to be around you. And I think at the same time, people that are high energy, but maybe I'm getting this kind of feeling like people that are high energy and they love to have fun, but they feel like they've forgotten how to have fun. I think that's the type of people that tend to be attracted to you. Now with the monk and nun, I feel like maybe even like religious people are really attracted to you, but I feel it's because maybe they're intrigued by you. Maybe you have like, maybe you're like an atheist or something like that. Again, I'm not saying one is right and one is wrong, not at all. But maybe you're like atheist or something like that, and your ideas intrigue people that are religious because you speak so eloquently or something like that. I think you change people's perception of things. Like you completely throw people off. Like people might come in thinking that you're one way and walk away realizing you're not that person at all. Let me pull some tarot cards. I definitely feel like you attract people that feel they need fun. They need fun and excitement in their life. And it's almost like it feels like you're going to promise that fun and excitement for them. People that have been bored for, like, why do I feel like usually people that are bored or feel like life has been uninteresting, unexciting, tend to be very attracted to you, because it's almost like, yeah, there's something about you that I'm almost getting, you know, oh, if I was just this person's friend, if I was just this person's like romantic partner, I know life would be so fun. I know life would be amazing. It's like, I just know I could move on from everything and I could just have so much fun if I was just this person. I think some people tend to romanticize you a little bit. That's what I'm getting. Like, I don't doubt that you're that great and you're that fun, but I feel a lot of people almost expect that you're just, with your fun nature and your fun vibe, you're just going to completely revolutionize their life. And I feel like that's the type of people that tend to be attracted to you, because they feel like you are going to revolutionize their life. You're going to change everything, and everything is going to be fun all of a sudden, and nothing's going to be dull. And in fact, for a while, I think if you do get into these relationships, I think you do create this, I feel like you're a walking party to a lot of these people. It's like you're a walking fun party. And anywhere you go, the party follows. Anywhere you go, the laughter follows. Not necessarily even laughter, but just you bring a sense of celebration into people's life. And people really feel, I think you just evoke a lot of happy feelings, because I think you have a really bright aura. There's something about your aura being really bright, and so your aura kind of pulls all these people that desperately, maybe you attract a lot of energetic vampires, because it's almost like you might attract a lot of energetic vampires. I'm not gonna lie, that is something that's coming through here, pile number 2. So just be careful. I feel like a lot of you could be very like, you know, there's old soul, but there's also young soul. That you seem really young at heart. There's almost like a childlike nature to you. And so a lot of people, that's another thing that I feel. Maybe older people, or people that are like maybe either older souls or people that are actually older than you, are attracted to you because it makes them feel like you could make them feel young again. For some reason, that's coming through as well. People feel like they can rewind time. Like, people can rewind back. These people feel like they can rewind their life with you, or like rewind time. They can feel young again, or they can stop time when they're with you, and it's all just fun and excitement and games. And again, it's like their perception doesn't necessarily have to mean that that's exactly how things are. Okay. We've also got new connection, social media, acquainted. I feel like a lot of people romanticize you before they really know you. You tend to attract people because by the looks of it, they just look at you and they go, yes, that's the person that I want to be friends with. That's the person I want to go out with, because they look so fun. They look like their life is so fun. I feel some of you could even travel a lot, and maybe that's just really impressive. I see a lot of people look at your social media. I definitely feel like a lot of people who you have on your social media, or people that follow you on your social media, I think maybe have like secret crushes on you, and almost feel like, oh, if I was just this person's friend, or if I was just around this person, I know my life would be better. There's almost, I just be careful with people like romanticizing you, and people thinking that you have this. I feel like a lot of people think you have a perfect life and you have it all figured out. And again, you know, maybe you have a lot of it figured out, but again, nobody really ever has everything figured out. You intrigue these people that have an opinion of themselves as, oh, I'm living a boring life. I'm living a life of apathy and melancholy. And if only I could have one fun person who could, you know, all of a sudden make it all go away, it'd be great. And I think a lot of these people are attracted to you because of your bright aura and the fun that your aura seems to promise. But it doesn't always have to be like that kind of sad or melancholy. I feel like other people might just see you as really fun, and they feel like they could use some of that fun and childlike nature in their life. For some reason, I feel like people that are older than you seem to be attracted to you. Like, friendship wise, maybe you find that you have a lot of friends that are older than you. You might find a lot of friends. Another thing that I'm seeing is that maybe your mentors tend to be like, it's almost like you make people who are meant to be your mentors, or are meant to be like meant to know more than you make them so intrigued they want to be around you. And people I feel like people make assumptions on your social media or something like that. I just want to pull one more card for you. If they give me one. people in work, maybe your coworkers. I feel like for some of you, this could be even be this kind of situation where you have coworkers. You seem really abundant on social media or something like that. You seem like you have the perfect life, or you have the most fun life on social media. Doesn't have to be true. It doesn't mean that you believe that things to be that way. I think another thing that I'm getting is that people that think that you would reject them tend to really be attracted to you. You attract the type of people that like the chase, potentially. You attract the people that like the idea of like chasing you and really trying to get to know you. It's really appealing to them when they look at you and go, oh, this person wouldn't just say yes to a date, you know. I'd have to kind of put in the effort. A lot of people think you're really, really sweet. That's what I'm getting as well. So people who maybe lack that kind of sweetness in their life, I feel like people who maybe the type of people that are actually attracted to you are usually the ones that you wouldn't really describe as sweet. You might even describe them as quite solemn. You might describe them as quite serious and quiet. But it's almost, that's what they lack, and so that's what they want. That's the type of people that seem to be attracted to you. Like they look at you and they go, oh my God, this person's so different to me. They're so lively. They have a lot of energy. They seem to know so many people. They seem to have so many friends. They seem to have such a colorful life. I want that. I want a piece of that. I want to, be in that presence of that energy. Why am I feeling like, I was getting older. Like, I'm just going to put this out there. But again, if you're over 18, please, this is for if you're over 18. It could be that, like, do you attract like sugar daddies or something like that? Do you attract people who want to like pay you to spend time with them? Why do I feel like that? I know it's really weird, but that's just coming through for some reason. People also seem to like you. Again, please don't take this the wrong way, but some people might feel like you're almost kind of forbidden. So maybe people that are caught up in relationships tend to like you because it's almost like this feeling of something that's forbidden, something that's not allowed, and that's exciting. And it's like, I feel like you're a really exciting person. You're a really fun person. And maybe not necessarily the type of person that is attracted to you, but maybe there is someone in the mix right now, and you would probably be aware of it or kind of intuitively feel it, but that came through and I just had to say it, so I'm saying it. A lot of people see you either traveling or have, I kind of feel like people watch you on social media. And like, I feel like a lot of people might even obsess over your social media page and will look at your social media page a lot and kind of like look at where you've been and like almost imagine your life from the social media point of view. But obviously that's not realistic. I feel like, again, don't take this the wrong way, but I feel like a lot of people might even fall in love with you or have some sort of an attraction to you because they've looked at your social media and it looks like you have an amazing life. And again, I'm not saying that you don't. It's just people's perceptions can be different from real life, and you might even feel like, no, like I do have a great life, but I do have my own struggles and I do have my own difficulties as well. I feel like you have been through a fair share of difficulties because the 6 of Swords talks about, moving on and having a better life after difficulties. So I feel like you're someone who's been through a lot. Pile 2, but you almost have this light and fun and airy energy, so it's like people see that. People don't realize that there's a whole load of experiences behind that. But I think people who really need a little bit of like sweetness or the type of person that's attracted to you is the type of person that needs a little bit of sweetness in their life. Like they might be in a very bitter situation. So, in a bitter situation in their home, in their family, and they crave that sweetness because I feel like you're a real sweet person. Genuinely, you have this like sweetness about you, and you have a real compassion for people. And I think a lot of people see that and they want that. but especially this type of person. Yeah, I think that's all I'm getting for pile number 2. So for a lot of you, I think you tend to attract older people and people that want to feel that more youthful energy. People want to feel like, they don't have to worry about the passage of time. People that could be in difficult family situations. Some of you, maybe you attract people from a different religion or a different culture to you. Like you don't necessarily... Maybe you seem to attract people from vastly different cultures to you or vastly different religions to you, where the background is very different. That's what's coming through as well. But I think I'm going to end the reading there. I hope that reading resonated. I hope you liked it. If you did like it, do subscribe and comment, especially with your feedback. I love hearing feedback and seeing how it resonates. But with that, I'm going to move on. And we're going to move on to pile number 3. So pile number 3, let's have a look and see what type of person do you tend to attract, pile number 3. So we've got fire element, desire, Neptune, sacrifice. It's quite a creative energy. Maybe artists. We've got poet, express soul insights and symbolic language. So poetic, very poetic energy. We've also got dragonfly spirit. Dragonflies make me think of fire. And we've also got deer spirit, bring a gentle touch. Very gentle but very passionate people. That's what it seems. It seems like you attract people who are quite gentle in their nature and might even be very soft spoken and might even be really more on the introverted side, but inside they have so much passion. Like they're really, really passionate. You might attract a lot of creative types, so poets, artists, musicians. You could attract people who are, not gonna lie, I'm getting a little bit, and please don't take this the wrong way. Again, you have to think perception is different from who you actually are, but I feel like maybe you've been the victim of the manic pixie dream girl thing, or depending on your gender, obviously, or how you identify, just someone who people tend to see as their muse, or someone who was gonna save them, or someone who was gonna the one person who's gonna understand me. I feel like maybe you've been plagued by those type of characters as well in your life, but I'm not gonna focus on that too much. I feel like in general, if we're taking that as an umbrella, not looking at the kind of less positive side of it, I feel like you attract a lot of musicians, artists, poets, very creative people, very sensitive people, but also very, very passionate at the same time. Because I kind of feel like there's water and fire being mixed in together. So maybe people with a lot of water and fire in their chart. So maybe not the most logical type of people. Maybe you don't attract very logical people. You tend to attract people that kind of are ruled by their feelings and their passions rather than by their head intellect. Not to say that they're not intelligent, but they're just not ruled by the mind. Very emotional people. I feel like you attract very emotional people, emotionally expressive people, people who want to feel the extent of their emotion. You might find you attract a lot of people who feel like they are rejected by the world, like the world is against them in some sort of way. I think people are attracted to you because you are a very stable, you at least portray someone who's very stable. Some of you could be business owners. Some of you could have a really good career. And I feel for a lot of you, you're an inspiration in terms of stability for these type of people. You're someone who seems to have your shit together, basically. And so a lot of these people are attracted to you for that very reason. You might attract younger people that are younger than you. Even in terms of friendships, you might attract a lot of people that are younger than you, that want to learn, how to be more stable, who want to learn how to, yeah, I feel a lot of you attract people with a lot of emotional storms going on within them. But I specifically am getting a lot of people that feel helpless in some sort of way. Maybe they feel like, if they're like a musician or poet or artist, they could make their art about like how society has failed them in some sort of way. Or you attract people that feel failed by the system and they feel understood by you. Maybe they feel like, the government failed them or the education system failed them. But with you, they find some sort of solace. I think you attract really good looking people with the gorgeous card. In the deer spirit as well, because I think deer are really pretty. And Neptune as well. Neptune is kind of like... like Neptune in first house, I always think about it. It's like, Marilyn Monroe, she had Neptune in first house. And it's, I think people find you very super attractive. Like, you're like almost the ideal of beauty for a lot of people. And I would say that even with this Nine of Pentacles. But I almost feel because a lot of people find you attractive, maybe you tend to attract very good looking partners as well. People who are, and the word pretty is really standing out. Like, pretty people want to be around you. And I feel like you're very pretty. Pretty is like the word that's really standing out. But something about you attracts these people for the reasons that you show stability. You show that you are someone who's stable in your finances, or you're stable in your you're very secure in yourself. Maybe your self-esteem is something that I feel like for a lot of you, you could attract a lot of insecure people, because a lot of these insecure people are really attracted to your confidence. I think you are super confident. Even if you don't feel like you're confident, I think a lot of people perceive you as very confident. And so with that confidence, you attract people that are maybe insecure and they want to know how to get that type of confidence. They almost want to bask in your glory. They want to bask in your confidence and your rays of confidence, so that they can take that in and soak it up. I also feel for a lot of people, you might even act as a protector, or you might act like someone who protects them from harm. So whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship situation, I feel the type of person that's attracted to you is the type of person that thinks that if the world was going to go against them again, that they would have you on their side to fight for them. A lot of people see you as a fighter, but also very stable. You appear to be very stable to these people. Basically, you appear to have your shit together. And I think a lot of people who maybe don't have their shit together, who are... not gonna lie, you might attract a lot of people that are very self-victimizing towards yourself as well. People who see themselves as a victim of the world, as a victim of like everything around them. And again, it is a real thing. People are victims of their circumstances a lot of the time. But I think while you attract some people who are genuine victims and went through difficult things and feel safe in your energy, you also attract people who are almost victims by choice, and they also like to feel like people are sorry for them. There's something about you that is really compassionate, but in a very structured way. It's not like you're compassionate, like, oh, poor you, let me give you a hug, let me like kiss it better. That's not what I'm getting with you. I feel like you would be the type of compassionate person who would go, that's terrible. I'm so sorry that happened to you. What can we do together to help you heal? How can I support you? You know, you're someone who's maybe a little bit more proactive with the way that you offer your compassion, and you provide a certain level of structure to people that feel quite wishy-washy. Again, fire and water, and again, I'm not shitting on people who have a lot of fire and water in their chart. I do myself. But fire and water, they're not very structured. You know, they're almost they can't be bound by anything, you know, or it's very hard, you know, if a fire starts in a house, you kind of need to contain it quickly before it spreads. Or, you know, when, you know, a tsunami hits, you know, what are you going to do? So it kind of feels like you attract people who desire structure, who need structure, and who need somebody to show them. People who either want to imitate your confidence and your structure, or who want you to teach them how to do it. And I think in a lot of your personal relationships, you tend to be the person who maybe makes the plans. Maybe you're a little bit type A or something like that, and you attract like more of a type B personality. I think a lot of like really, really creative, poetic people really find you attractive though, because there's almost something like they see you as their muse, and they want to like write poetry about you, and they want to write music about you, and you inspire. And I think it's because you're really good looking. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, but there's a lot of cards that indicate a really beautiful face, really beautiful, but it doesn't have to be about the physical body. You know, it's like you're just pretty and your essence is beautiful. Something about you is really, really attractive, and so like it's like you inspire songs, you inspire poetry, because you're so stunning. Yeah. I think you tend to attract those type of people, and people with a lot of emotional depth, a lot of emotional passion, because they feel like it's safe to express that emotion to you, but also you're not someone who would get drowned by all of that emotion. You're somebody who actually would be able to contain it and almost direct it. And again, not necessarily that all of these people are the type of people that just want to lean on you and like be a victim. I think you also attract people that are just very poetic and very emotionally kind of in depth, and they really resonate with your structure. And I think you can actually have a lot of really beautiful relationships with these type of people, where you're almost acting as a guide for structure, and they're acting as a guide for emotional depth. And maybe you need someone like that, because maybe you bottle a lot of your emotions. Pile number 3. You could be the type of person that tends to bottle up their emotions, and maybe you don't let yourself feel the extent of your feelings. So maybe you need someone like that, a poet, and, you know, an artist, a musician, someone who feels their emotions to, you know, such deep extent that it, you know, that they can feel it and move on, rather than have it bottled up within yourself. But yeah, that's the kind of person that I think is attracted to you. Pile number 3, of course, not the only type. It's, you know, it's up to you. If you want to pick another pile and watch another pile, please feel free to do so. But I'm going to move on. So we're going to move on to the next pile. So moving on to pile number 4, let's see, what is the type of person that seems to tends to find you attractive? Let's get started. So pile number 4, what type of person finds you attractive? Funny that we've got the skunk spirit here, but it was turned over. So I feel like this card really wanted to be seen. Know your worth. We've also got Cancer. So cancers, or people, you know, who have Cancer placements very prevalent in their chart, could find you attractive. We've also got Alchemist. So we've got that skunk spirit, and we've also got the bee spirit. Sweet results await. People who are attracted to you tend to be, I would say hardworking, but it's more so people who are result focused, or it's not just about hard work and working hard for no reason. It's about results and getting something out of things. I feel like maybe you're someone who comes off as someone who gets a lot of results out of life, someone who is action oriented and can create something out of nothing. Kind of anything you touch turns to gold. And I think a lot of people who are interested, maybe a lot of like in terms of human design, maybe generators tend to be attracted to you. Because it's real kind of like, I want to create something. I want to make something out of life. And I think a lot of people that seek you out, especially as a partner, tend to be very driven towards of like, I want to have a family. I want to have a life like this. Not necessarily that they all want to have a family, but they all have a really good idea of what they want from life. And so because you seem like you're someone who knows what they want out of life and you know how to get it, a lot of these types of people tend to want to gravitate towards you, because when you're somebody who shows up in the world as results driven, somebody who knows what they want, somebody who knows how to get it, that's very attractive to this type of person. I think a lot of family driven people or people that are interested in a long-term relationship are attracted to you, though, with the Cancer and this bee spirit. Potentially people that want to have like big families could be attracted to you, especially in, you know, when I'm talking about a romantic connection. I feel a lot of partners who potentially would want to have a big family, a big traditional home, might be attracted to you. Maybe because maybe you give off that kind of vibe. And again, as I said in other piles, doesn't necessarily mean that that's the way that you are. It's just maybe the vibe that you give off. I think very protective people tend to be attracted to you, but I don't think it's because they feel like you need to be protected. It's more so because they feel like the type of person that you are. Like, I feel like a lot of these people see you as very special, and that there's not a lot of people like you, specifically people that are oriented on this kind of, I know what I want from life, and I see this person, so you, I see that they know what they want from life, and I really like that. I really resonate with that, and I really want to try and make something with this person. Because I keep getting the idea of like making, fertility, creativity. Maybe a lot of people that even potentially want to start projects with you. So for example, if it's like a friend that we're talking about in terms of attraction, what type of friend is attracted to you? I feel like it would be a type of friend who's very oriented on like starting a business, starting a project. You seem like a real self-starter to a lot of people. Let's see. What else? And I think the fact it says here, know your worth. So I think what's attractive about you is that you know your worth. And the type of people that are results oriented, they don't have time to wait for somebody to figure out who they are, what they want, what is it they want from life. They're kind of wanting to find the person who already knows, you know. I kind of feel like a lot of people who are like, okay, I've no time to wait for you to figure out what you want, to overthink everything. Could be Cancer and Capricorns, maybe Cancer and Capricorns, people with a lot of those kind of with those signs or those aspects in their chart could be very attracted to you, because it's like, I know what I want. If you know what I want, let's get started on this. Like, I don't want to be wasting my time figuring things out. You know, I think the type of people that these people wouldn't be attracted to somebody who was like, oh, I don't know, I need more time to figure out who I am. I'm easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. Like, they want someone who knows what they want just the way that they do. It's like, I've got no time. I keep thinking of the like Judy video where she's like pointing to her wrist. I feel like that's what they're like. The type of people that are attracted to you, they are goal oriented. Maybe they really know what they want to do with their career. They know what type of family life they want. Yeah, I think they're serious people, very serious, very determined. People who kind of feel like you get out of life what you put into it tend to be attracted to you. Again, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily that way. Like, I don't feel like you're as hard ass as this energy is coming through. Maybe you are, who knows, but I think it's just that they see in you this productivity. It makes me think of that quote, if anyone watches Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's this guy, and he's like a workaholic, and he dies in the episode. It's a comedy, but like he dies in the episode, and he goes to one of the characters. He goes, tell my wife I love her. Work ethic. And it's like, I kind of feel like these are the type of people that you attract. You attract people who are like, I love this person's work ethic. I love how they think about productivity and getting stuff done. I love getting stuff done. I want to be around them. I want to do something with them. So funny. I think people who are interested either in starting a family or starting a business or just having a productive partnership, or at least people that feel like you wouldn't distract them from their own productivity, because that could be an element in this as well. It's like you value creation and you value making things happen. And so you're not going to be someone who's going to stifle this person's progress. So they're the type of people that tend to be attracted. I feel you attract people who are protective over you and even maybe want to like treat you very well. Why do I feel like you attract people who maybe earn good money, or at least are planning or on their way to making good money? Like people who are all about that material wealth. I feel like you attract those type of people that want to like show off their wealth to you potentially as well. That's coming through. Let's have a look in terms of these love cards that I'm going to be shuffling. We've got like honey, sex, intimacy, pleasure. These people tend to be very, sexually attracted to you as well. Again, something, please don't take this the wrong way, but you seem to be fertile. Like the Cancer card, and we've got like all this creation energy in the bee card and the honey. And we've got bee and honey, which is interesting. But it's like you seem to be creative, fertile. Your energy is very fertile, if that makes sense. Like you could get a lot done. I keep getting like, what a promising young person, or what a promising character. And I feel like these kind of people look at you and see so much promise and so much potential in you. And they almost see like, oh, I could create so much with this person. And we've got triangle, third party, temptation, cheating. Maybe you tempt a lot of people who are in relationships as well, potentially. Maybe you seem very tempting to a lot of people who are in relationships, people who maybe feel like their relationships are not as productive. And again, I'm not saying any of this is like your fault or anything like that. It's just people who perceive you this way. But maybe you tend to attract people who there's something tempting about you. You seem very sexually appealing. Again, if you're over 18, please, I feel like I have to always repeat that. You seem to be someone who is transformative, life-changing. I'm hearing you're like a life-changing partner. I think if someone is attracted to you, they usually feel very seriously about you. It's almost kind of like people are not attracted to you for just shits and giggles kind of thing. It's like, I'm attracted to this person because I want to make something with this person. I want to get into some sort of relationship with this person. Again, if friendship, obviously, this is a little bit more simple. I feel like the type of friends that you attract are the type of people that are like, I want to be friends with this person. I want to have projects with this person. I want to write songs with this person. I want to start a business with this person. Even if they're just my friend, I want this productivity. Maybe you really push people to be more productive. You push people to be the best version of and again, productivity is not like a moral obligation. I do try to filter that out of my head, of that like in order to deserve to exist you have to be productive. That's not true at all. But I think the type of people that are attracted to you almost maybe see productivity as a moral obligation. They see that if you're like not a productive part of society, you're trash or something like that. And again, it's not the right way to see things. Again, all these piles have positives and negatives. So like, just because, there can be a person who's attracted to productivity, but they're also very healthy about it. And they're very, calm about it, and they're like, productivity isn't everything, but I sure am attracted to it. And then there's the other side of the coin where it's the type of people that are like, if you're not productive, you're trash, and I'm only attracted to productive people. So please take it as, there's a spectrum that this person could be on, in terms of, this type of attraction that they have for you. But I feel like a lot of people are very attracted to you, pile number 4. I would maybe, for this pile specifically, I'd probably pick another pile. And if you were attracted to another pile, that explains why. People just see you. There's something about you that's borderline, I wouldn't even say magical. It's like people feel, because I keep looking at she has all these vessels here that she's using. And I'm kind of thinking of like chemistry, a chemical reaction. I'm just thinking like people look at you and they see you as someone who could literally change everything. You're like the catalyst. So maybe a lot of people think, oh, if I got with this person, we could really create something together. It's like a lot of these people that are attracted to you see themselves as a chemical and see you as a chemical. And if you put the two chemicals together, something great is going to happen. I think very ambitious people are attracted to you. Ambitious people who want a lot from life, people who want to achieve a lot. They either see you as someone who could support them or someone they could create with. Like you're a co-creator to them. So that's the reading that I got for you. Pile number 4, really interesting reading. As I said, you might want to pick another pile because I feel like a lot of types of people tend to be attracted to you, but this is just one type that we picked up on here. So with that, let's move on. We're going to move on to our pile number 5. Last but not least, let's have a look on what type of people do you tend to attract to yourself. And you got a lot of cards, pile number 5. You got 2 of each. So let's get started. We've got Aquarius, I know. Libra, I balance. Very airy energy with Aquarius and Libra. We've got Father. We've got Judge. Wow, serious, very serious. We've got Hawk Spirit, and we've got Starfish Spirit, open to infinite possibility. Well, oh my God, please don't tell me this. Okay. Okay, I have to say it. I'm really sorry. And again, I feel like maybe... I feel like some of you attract people with daddy issues. Not gonna lie. That's just something that came through. You could attract people with daddy issues. Just please, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But okay, that's done. I said that. I said it. So I'm not proud of it, but I said it. We've got Aquarius and Libra. So very intellectual people that are more driven by intellect rather than emotion. People that are more driven by logic rather than emotion, especially with the Judge card here. I feel like you attract people who are more interested in conversation. They're more interested in the logical flow of life. They're not interested in getting lost in emotion as well. The type of people that seem to be attracted to you as well with the Hawk are people who are very ambitious themselves, really go-getters. Justice is really coming through with the Judge and Libra here. I really feel people who seek justice, people who want things to be fair, people who constantly kind of grapple with the idea of fairness and what's fair and what's not. People who are really, really concerned with social justice, I think, are probably the type of people that are attracted to you. You're probably someone who's very outspoken on social justice or justice, social changes, social situations, and so you tend to attract those type of people, people who want to hear you maybe speak on social situations. A lot of people who are attracted to you as well are interested in serious partnerships usually as well. I feel like you attract very straightforward people, like not wishy-washy, people who are straightforward and open about what they want. They're not going to kind of get lost in the feelings and emotions and passions and make themselves confused. They're going to be someone, the type of people who say, okay, I actually am interested in you. I want this. Let's proceed with this relationship. It's almost very cut and dry. And again, I feel it's because these people tend to appreciate your intellect. They tend to appreciate your logical side. But also there's something about you just being very fair. You seem to give a fair shot to everyone around you. You're someone who seems to be, excuse me. You don't seem, you're the type of person that if you knew you were getting away with something that was unfair, it wouldn't even happen. Like, you're not the type of person to go, oh, everyone else has to, let's say, oh my God, there's a competition and everyone wins a holiday or something like that. Let's say 5 people win a holiday, but you are told on the side that if you really want to, you could actually take one of those holidays away from another person. I don't know why this is such a random example, but like, you can take that one holiday away from another person and you can have 2 holidays instead, and it's going to be better for you. And this other person, they're just going to say, oh no, sorry, we were wrong, you didn't actually win anything, because someone works in the place that was giving out competitions, and so you're going to be able to have 2 holidays rather than one. You are not going to be taking that. You're going to be saying, no, hell no, let the other person, I want everything to be fair, equal, fair. Maybe you're really concerned with equality, social equality, and that's something that a lot of these types of people appreciate about you as well. I'm also getting that a lot of people are attracted to your voice. So whether you're a speaker, or maybe you could be a singer as well, your voice really matters. And a lot of people that hear you speak, especially when you have like a platform to speak, or when you have a space where you can speak about various things, a lot of these people end up being attracted to you. Again, some maybe as friends, but I think a lot of people find you very intelligent, like highly, highly intelligent. Like, you're so clued in. The type of people that are usually attracted to you are the types to kind of think about before making a move on you. Like, they'd be the type of person, these type of people that are attracted to you, they'd be the type of people to kind of like think, do I want to make a move, or do I kind of stay back? Maybe you're the person who usually ends up having to make a move on these people. I feel a lot of people think that you have a lot of options as well, because it's kind of like, oh, they're so smart, everyone wants to get to you. Give an impression of someone who a lot of people want to get to know. Like, a lot of people want to get to know you. A lot of people want to catch your attention, catch your eye. And so I think a lot of these types of people that are attracted to you end up not coming forward. I feel like you're another pile. We've had a couple of piles there where people don't seem to be coming forward. So it's like, maybe you just attract these people who will think and overthink and go, oh, well, they have so many options, so why would I even try and approach them? Okay, what type of people and why are they attracted to pile 5? Let's see. Okay, patience, not now, divine timing. Again, see with the Hanged Man and this wait card, a lot of these people tend to wait and see. Maybe some of them tend to try and become your friend first. That was actually present in another pile, so if you're attracted to another pile, you can try and see if you get that pile. But that was present in another pile. You maybe tend to attract people that tend to like to see, maybe I should start out as their friend and then move into a relationship, or try and ask them out. I feel like people like you and are attracted to you for your patience. Like, you never seem to be in a rush to get anything done, other than being a fighter for social justice and wanting things to be fair. You're also someone who doesn't need, I feel like you're someone who doesn't feel like you need to prove yourself. And if you do feel that way, I don't think it comes across to other people. And we've also got commitment, deeper level engagement, marriage. Yeah, I definitely feel any person that's really attracted to you usually is the type of person that wants a serious commitment, is interested like in a long-term future with you. I don't think maybe you're lucky, pile 5. You don't tend to attract a lot of players or people that are kind of like not in it for the long haul. You do seem to mostly attract people that are wanting a serious commitment, and they see you in this kind of like light that, for the most part, I actually feel like the people that are attracted to you because they feel like commitment would be easy with you or manageable with you, because you're so intellectual and so communicative, and you know how to communicate exactly what you want, that they feel, if we were in a relationship, it would be quite easy because both of us could communicate with each other very effectively. I feel like, I don't know if some of you have some sort of platform where you speak or you're a speaker, because the starfish always makes me think of like fame or potential level of fame. And again, I'm getting a lot of this, this person probably has pile 5 probably has a lot of people that are already trying it on with them. I'm going to wait and see. Because I think you have a lot of secret admirers that are just standing back and waiting to see if anything can develop between the two of you. At different times in your life. But I feel a lot of people just in general admire you, even on a level of friendship. I think you have some, the friend crush kind of concept. I think you have a lot of people who have like a friend crush on you. Like they want to be your friend. They'd love to get to know you as a friend. They'd love to talk to you. A lot of people love your intelligence. Maybe some of you are astrologers, because you know what's mad? I never realized this. Let me know if you ever realized this. On the 9 of Swords, see all the astrological symbols? There's like Pisces and Aries and the sun symbol and the Mercury symbol. Maybe some of you are astrologers. It's a random one that's coming through. But maybe some of you have like an astrology platform, or you're an astrologer, and a lot of people really appreciate your craft. But I just thought like that just came true out of nowhere with all these symbols. People think you're really smart, you're really clever, and if there's something that you do publicly, especially if it involves like a certain amount of public speaking, people think you're so good at what you do. And you're so smart about the way that you handle things, and maybe your speech pattern is very clever. The way that you pass on messages, the way that even if you're like a tarot reader or something like that, the way that you provide the messages from spirit messages through your tarot readings, it's just so effective. You just seem like a really effective communicator, pile number 5. And a lot of people that are attracted to you definitely for your intellect. And again, I'm not saying that they're not attracted to you in terms of like your looks or anything like that, or your personality. It's just the intellect really draws people. Your intellect really draws people in. A lot of people, like, I'm kind of hearing people going, oh, I really like what they said there. I really like what they said. Oh, they're speaking the truth. It's like, this person's speaking facts. This person's speaking absolute facts. I think a lot of you are very honest, but even if you wanted to lie, people would just believe you, because it's almost like you have a certain level of authority on a platform or something like that. Or maybe you're a teacher or something like that. Maybe you literally are a judge, or you work with the law. But a lot of people see you as someone, who would be, it would be amazing to be in a relationship with this person, because, it'd be easy to communicate with them. A lot of people see you as out of their league as well. That's something that I'm seeing. But the type of person that's usually attracted to you is someone who's attracted to the intellect, someone who wants an effective communicator. Maybe a lot of like people who are in astrology, or people that are in the maybe a lot of people who are involved in some sort of public speaking as well are attracted to you because they see you as someone who understands them or on a par. But I feel a lot of the people that you tend to attract don't show themselves immediately. They take their sweet ass time to show themselves. Yeah, but that's what I got for you. Pile number 5. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was at least somehow helpful to you. If you liked it, do like, subscribe, and comment, and make sure to leave your feedback down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.